Welcome back everybody. This time we're going to talk about page layouts. On the back end side, I want you to notice something. When you click Genesis and you click Theme Settings, I want you to scroll down just a little bit until you see this default layout. If it's minimized, expand it. That default layout is going to cover every single page unless you tell it otherwise that hey, I want a specific page to meet a certain layout. Otherwise, every single page, if you'll notice, I'm going to click all pages for instance, and I'll click a random page here. Page 3. If you scroll down and see layout settings for this page is what this is talking about. Layout settings, it's going to default back to the theme settings default layout. So you can choose one of these specifically to match only this page. So if you want just this page to have no layout, then you would click this and click update, and it would only apply to page 3. Otherwise, they're all checked to go to the default layout. And the default layout, if you scroll down and you click theme settings, and it'll take you right back to the theme settings, of course, and it will default back to this one. But on the home page, where your posts are most likely going to show, unless you change it to a static home page, that home page is going to default to the default layout. So let's say we don't want this as our default layout. We want just the right sidebar, for instance. So on the far, we find the one with the right sidebar, which is right here. Click that until you get the dark gray box around it, and then save your settings. Now if you notice, when we had that right sidebar that we saved, you're going to notice every single page is going to go to that default layout. Alright, so what happens if we want, say, page 3.1 here to have the double sidebars, one on the right and one on the left, but we want to leave the whole site to default back to the default layout as we had just set? Well, that's very simple to do. Go to your page itself that you want to edit and scroll down just a little bit and go to layout settings. Instead of saying hey, you want this page to go to that default layout, let's choose the one on the left and one on the right sidebar. So we'll click it, see how it deselects the default layout, and so it's saying this page I want to have this layout, one left and one right sidebar. And then we'll update the page. We'll go back, and so page 3.1 is going to have a double sidebar. So 3.1, there's the double sidebars. But everything else on the website will remain exactly as we left it, saying hey, we want everything to default to this layout right here, just the one right sidebar. In 3.2 we have the double like we said. You can go through every single page if you'd like and give everyone a different layout if you want. But a lot of people ask, well, what if I want one sidebar intentionally meant for this page, and another, what if another page I want a different widget area, widget sidebar, for another page, and I want them to be different from each one. So how do I do that? That's something we're going to cover in the next video, because it's going to be a very simple plugin that we're going to choose, and we'll be able to modify what sidebars go with what pages. So I'll see you in the next video.